Hello all, welcome to the new lecture of differential equations. In the last lecture, we were discussing about the method of solving non-homogeneous equations. And we know that, or we have seen that the solution of the non-homogeneous equation is actually the general solution is the sum of the general solution of corresponding homogeneous equation plus or the sum of the solution of the homogeneous equation and the particular solution of the corresponding the given non-homogeneous equation. And we have seen that for finding the particular solution of the non-homogeneous equation, actually there are two methods available. One is method of undetermined coefficients and another one is the method of variation of parameters. And we were discussing about the first one, that is the method of undetermined coefficients. And we already understood that this method is applicable when the homogeneous equation has constant coefficients. And we have seen how this can be done for particular g of t, some particular functions of the form exponential function, polynomial function, sine or cosine functions, or a combination of these three functions. Now we will continue this method of using the undetermined coefficients. And first we have go through the second rule for doing the undetermined coefficients. That means if our right side, when the equation, second order equation is written in the standard form, the function which comes on the right side, that is the g of t, if the g of t is of the form sum of two functions, two or more functions, that is in particular if g of t is equal to g1 of t plus g2 of t and if we suppose that y1 and y2 are two solutions for each of the equations, that means one equation with g1 of t as the right side and g2 of t, and another one with g2 of t as the second. Then if y1 and y2 are the two solutions of the equations, that means they are the particular solutions of the equations, equation number 2 and 3 respectively, 2 and 3 respectively. Uh, then the rule says that y1 plus y2, or the sum of the two particular solutions, will be a solution of the equation with the right side function as the sum of the two functions g1 and g2. That means if we are using, or if we are finding the particular solution of the equation 1 where g of t is in the form g1 of t and g2 of t, for finding the coefficients or finding the coefficients in the undetermined coefficients, in one way is we can take the two equations separately with one equation with g1 of t as the right side and another with g2 as the right side, and then find the particular solutions using the same method, that is the method of undetermined coefficients. Then adding that to particular solutions, we will get the particular solution of the corresponding equation number 1. The proof of this rule is very simple and you can do it as an exercise. So please verify that this is true. Okay. Now we will see some examples in which we can apply this rule for finding the particular solution using the method of undetermined coefficients. The problem is find a particular solution of y double dash minus 3y dash minus 4y equal to 3 e raised to 2t plus 2 sin t minus 8 e raised to t cos 2t. So here the right side function g of t is equal to 3 e raised to t 3 e raised to 2t plus 2 sine t and minus 8 e raised to t cos 2t. So this can be considered as the sum of three functions, that is g1 of t as 3 e raised to 2t, g2 of t as 2 sine t and g3 of t as minus 8 e raised to t cos 2t. So by using the above rule, we can separate this, or we can, from the equation number 1, we can write three equations, that is y double dash minus 3y dash minus 4y equal to 3 e raised to 2t be the one equation, and y double dash minus 3y dash minus 4y equal to 2 sine t and y double dash minus 3y dash minus 4y equal to minus 8 e raised to t cos 2t, and these be the three equations, corresponding equations. So these three equations can be solved using the method of undetermined coefficients, since g1 of t is the exponential function. We can have y1, the particular solution we can take in the form a e raised to 2t, and in the third equation g2 of t is 2 sine t. So we can take y2 in the undetermined coefficient form, y2 as a sine t plus b cos t, and substituting this in equation number 3 and eliminate the values for, find the values of a and b, and the last one, we can take y3, the particular solution for the equation number 4, as uh, e raised to t into a cos t plus b sin t. So taking these three equations, these three as y1, y2 and y3, we will get the values for y1 or the particular solutions for equations 2, 3 and 4. And once we get these three equations, we can add these three particular solutions so that we will get the particular solution for equation number 1. Sorry, not a cos t, here it is a cos 2t is there, so we have to write y3 as a cos 2t plus b sin 2t. Instead of t, here it comes sin 2t. But these three equations, that is equation number 2, 3 and 4, we have already discussed, so you can see the solutions when you in the last in the previous lectures. You can watch the videos for these equations. So now just I am writing the particular solutions y1 for equation 2. We have obtained y1 as y1 of t is equal to thus y1 for equation number 2 is y1 of t is equal to minus 1 by 2 e raised to 2t, and y2 for equation number 3. The particular solution of equation 3 is obtained as y2 of t equal to minus 5 by 17 sin t plus 3 by 17 cos t, and y3 is 10 by 13 e raised to t cos 2t plus 2 by 13 e raised to t sin 2t. Hence, using the rule 2 as we discussed above, we can have the particular solution. Therefore, the particular solution of equation 1 is given by, or is obtained as, yp of t, or yp of t is equal to y1 of t plus y2 of t plus y3 of t, and this is equal to minus 1 by 2 e raised to 2t minus 5 by 17 sin t plus 3 by 17 cos t plus 10 by 13 e raised to t cos 2t plus 2 by 13 e raised to t sin 2t. So this is the required particular solution for the given problem. Next we do another example. The problem is find the solution of the equation y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2y equal to 4t plus e raised to 3t. So here we have to find the whole solution, that means the general solution. So in order to find the general solution or find the solution of this equation, first we have to find the complementary function or complementary solution, that is the general solution of the corresponding homogeneous equation. So we have to write the corresponding homogeneous equation. Equation is given by y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2y equal to 0. Put it as equation number 2. Then the auxiliary equation is, for solving this we have to write the auxiliary equation or the characteristic equation. Since all the coefficients are constants, the characteristic equation is lambda square minus 3 lambda plus 2 equal to 0. Now this can be factorized as two numbers, lambda minus 1 into lambda minus 2, because when the sum is minus 3 and product of two numbers is plus 2, so the numbers are minus 1 and minus 2. So we can write it as lambda minus 1 into lambda minus 2 equal to 0. Therefore lambda 1 equal to 1, lambda 2 equal to 2. So the roots are real and distinct. So the general solution or the complementary function of the homogeneous equation yc of t is equal to c1 e raised to lambda 1t plus c2 e raised to lambda 2t. So this is equal to c1 into lambda 1 is 1. So c1 e raised to t plus c2 e raised to 2t. So this is the complementary function. Let this be equation number 3. Now we have to find the particular solution. So in order to find the particular solution, first we look at the right side function. The function in the right side of equation is from equation number 1, we have g of t is 4t plus e raised to 3t. So here g1 of t, this is the sum of two functions which can be considered as g1 of t equal to 4t and g2 of t as e raised to 3t. So in one method is we can separately consider the equations, the given equation 1 with two equations, as one with right side 4t and another with right side e raised to 3t, then solve separately for the particular solutions and then add the solution, or and in another way we can combine the particular form or the particular solutions in both the case and do it as itself. So the general form or the form of, therefore yp can be taken. We can take yp as for g1 of t we have to take y1 as, since this is a polynomial or a linear polynomial, we can have a t plus b like this, or a naught a1 t plus a naught. Now for g2 of t equal to e raised to 3t, the in the method of undetermined coefficients, we have to take yp as some constant into e raised to 3t. So in general or in total we can take yp of equation 1 as a1t plus a0 plus b e raised to 3t. So this will be the general form of the yp. Uh, so so be the let, or we can write let yp is equal to this be the particular solution of equation 1. Hence it satisfies equation 1. So we can find its derivatives. The first derivative will be a1 plus 3b e raised to 3t, and second derivative yp double dash will be 3 into 3, that will be 9b e raised to 3t. So substituting these values in equation 1, we have the left side of the equation is y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2y. So y double dash means 9b e raised to 3t minus 3 into y dash is a1 plus 3b e raised to 3t, then plus 2 into y is a1t plus a0 plus b e raised to 3t. It's uh, equal to 4t plus e raised to 3t. Then we can have again taking the similar terms and simplifying the left side, we will have taking the coefficients of e raised to 3t together. We have 9b e raised to 3t is here, minus 3 into 3b, that is 9b. So minus 9 into 9b minus 9b, that term will get cancelled. Then the remaining term is of e raised to 3t, the coefficient is 2b e raised to 3t. Then the constant term is minus 3a1 plus 2 a naught. Then coefficient of t is uh, 2a1. So this about the terms, which is equal to 4t plus e raised to 3t. Now combining this or comparing the terms in the left and right side, we can have 2b is equal to what 2b equal to 1, which implies b equal to 1 by 2. And equating the coefficients of t here, in the right side coefficient of t is 4, and in the left side it is 2a1 yeah, 2a1 into t is there, that I forgot, sorry, 2a1 into t. So in the right side 2a1 is equal to coefficient of t is 2a1, and in the right side it is 4. So we again have a1 is equal to 2. A1 is equal to 2. Now we have to find a naught. So for a naught we have 2a naught minus 3a1 equal to 0, or 2a naught is equal to 3a1. A1 is 2. So a naught will be 3. Therefore, yp, the particular solution yp of t is equal to a1t, isn't it? A1t means 2t plus a naught plus b e raised to 3t, 1 by 2 e raised to 3t. So this is the particular solution, and the name it as equation number 4. So 2t plus 3 plus half e raised to 3t. Then the general solution of equation 1 is y of t is equal to yc of t plus yp of t, or equation 3 plus equation 4, which is equal to c1 e raised to t plus c2 e raised to what 2t, I think. Yeah, c2 e raised to 2t plus yp. What is yp? It is given by equation number 4, that is 2t plus 3 plus half e raised to 3t. So this about the solution of the given equation. So using this rule, that means the sum, if the right side function is sum of two or more terms or two or more functions that we already discussed, that means in the form either exponential or polynomial or sine or cosine or a combination of these functions. If the sum of two or three or more functions came, then we can take all the general forms together for the undetermined coefficients, and then find the value of each coefficients, each constants. Then we will have the particular solution using this method of undetermined coefficients. And once you obtain the particular solution, add this with the general solution of the corresponding homogeneous equation. Then you will obviously get the solution of the non-homogeneous equation which is given. So this about the solutions, the method of undetermined coefficients. So let's stop here. We can continue the remaining portions, or remaining some more rules are there. Two more cases we have to discuss in this method, that we will continue in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all.